In a lush green forest, high up in a gnarled old oak tree, lived a crow named Corvus. Corvus was a solitary creature, fiercely protective of his territory. He squawked at anything that dared come near. "Caw! Caw! Stay away!" he would shout, flapping his wings wildly, sending smaller birds and animals scurrying off. One warm evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, a small frog named Lila hopped along the forest floor. She was traveling from one pond to another, and as night approached, she needed a safe place to rest. Spotting Corvus's tree, she thought it might provide the shelter she sought. But just as she approached, Corvus swooped down from his perch, his beady eyes glinting in the fading light. "Don't you dare come close to my tree. If you do, you'll have to pay me 10 gold coins," he screeched, his voice echoing through the stillness of the forest. Lila blinked up at him, bewildered. "But I don't have any gold coins. What else can I offer you?" Corvus's feathers ruffled in irritation. "I don't care. No one sleeps under my tree without pay." He flew down, and before Lila could hop away, he bit off one of her hind legs. The pain was sharp and searing. Lila cried out, her voice a wretched mix of despair and confusion. "Why would you do that? I just wanted to rest." "Now you can stay under my tree for the night," Corvus said, satisfied with his cruelty. He returned to his branch, leaving Lila to nurse her wound and sob quietly. Days turned into weeks, and Corvus continued to rule his tree with an iron wing. Lila, despite her injury, managed to find food and a little joy in the friendships she forged with other creatures of the forest. But every night, she still felt the sting of betrayal. One particularly hot summer day, Corvus felt a gnawing hunger. He flapped his wings and decided to venture out to the nearby pond. "Time to find some tasty insects," he cawed, his mouth watering at the thought. The pond was alive with buzzing creatures, and Corvus wasted no time diving in. He feasted on dragonflies and crickets, his belly full and content. After a while, he flew down to the water's edge, feeling parched. He bent his beak down to drink, when suddenly a snake emerged from the reeds. "Ah, a crow! Just what I was hoping for," the snake hissed, slithering closer. Corvus, startled, stumbled backward. "What do you want?" he croaked, fear creeping into his voice. "I want a meal, and you look quite delicious, open wide." The snake lunged, wrapping its coils around Corvus. "Help! Someone help me!" Corvus cried, panic rising in his throat. Yet, as he looked around, he saw only shadows moving in the trees. No one came to his aid. Just then, a familiar voice broke through the silence. "Let him go!" Lila hopped closer, her single leg propelling her with surprising speed. The snake turned, surprised to see the small frog. "And why would I do that? What's in it for me?" "I'll offer myself as a meal instead," Lila said, her voice steady despite the fear knotting her insides. Corvus's heart dropped. "No, don't do it." He flapped his wings, struggling against the snake's grip. Desperation surged through him, but he was trapped. The snake paused, considering. A frog is less filling, but I do enjoy a change in diet. Deal." "Lila, please," Corvus shouted, his voice tinged with regret. "I'm sorry for everything. I didn't mean to hurt you." But Lila held her ground. "You taught me about strength and resilience, Corvus. I won't let you suffer for my mistakes." With a swift motion, the snake released Corvus, who flew up into the air, heart racing. He watched helplessly as Lila hopped closer to the snake, ready to sacrifice herself. "No, I can't let this happen." The snake lunged, but in that moment of chaos, Corvus dove down, grabbing Lila with his beak and soaring high above the ground. "Hold on!" he shouted, adrenaline coursing through him. "Put me down," Lila protested, but there was no time for arguments. Corvus flapped his wings furiously, gaining altitude as the snake hissed in frustration below. Once they were safely away, Corvus landed on a high branch overlooking the pond. He set Lila down gently, his heart pounding. You saved me," he said, astonished. In that story, we could learn that we should be friends with everyone that wanted to be friends with us, and never misuse of our power.